Hello everyone, welcome to Authentic Moments with Titi. I am here with the lovely
Titi Salvador.
And I'm Titi Eton, and we have so many interesting things to discuss with you, so I hope you come along with us for the journey. I met Titi sometime, I think 2 years ago. Has it been that long?
It's actually 2023.
Yeah. And then there was just something that drew me to her as a person, as a woman. And I'll admit at first I was just like, who's this woman? Who's this lady? Who is she? Why does she act the way she does? And then I got in a bit closer and we clicked instantly. And it wasn't about anything for me, whether it's the age difference or the fact that we were parts of different things. We're just two souls that came together and it worked. I don't know how we were able to do that, but we're here and we want to talk about interesting topics. And I'm going to say something that I think everyone is thinking. This is 2026. We're on the rise. We're moving. There's growth. And something that's very particular is marriage. Everybody is either, I'm getting married, I'm not going to get married. But there's so many nuances around marriage that some of us don't even know. So I want to ask you, what do you think? First of all, there's a lot of hype around marriage. But what do you think we should actually be talking about when it comes to marriage?
Wow. Well, for me, I'll say marriage is can either make or break you. It's one decision that you're going to take that would either elevate, fund, or drown you. So it's a very, very big life decision that you need to be very careful before you go on that journey. I believe a lot of us marry for silly reasons, many reasons that doesn't have anything to do with us. It's either your parents want you to marry, your friends are getting married, you just think it's time to get married. I'm too old and I think I should be married. This person looks good, looks nice, the guy looks hot, the lady is very sexy and I want to marry. And sometimes you could say, I love this person, but love is very deep.
Yeah.
So most people are not marrying for love. They're actually marrying in their lustful state. Superficial things, no depth. So marriage is such a complex thing. People marry because the lady is a giver, she's an empath, she cares a lot, she's nurturing. It could be the man that is that way as well. And the other party is a taker. Once the dynamic is a giver-taker dynamic, then it's not going to work. Because one party is going to be drained, and the other party will be using the other person's energy. So we need to be very, very careful. A lot of us don't know these things before we get into marriage. You need to be with someone that is also a giver, someone that wants you to grow. Because you see, our parents do a lot of work, sending us to school, wanting the best for us, and then getting to a particular point in life and saying, you know what, I think you can stand on your own. I think you guys can come together. You can be the father, the husband, the provider, the protector, the safe space for this lady, while the lady becomes the nurturer, the intuitive one, the creative one, and then they come together. But most times it doesn't work that way. So we need to be extremely careful not to fall into a dynamic where it's a giver-taker. That's I'll call it a psychopathic dynamic.
There's something I've noticed about, you like that you've mentioned the giver-taker. There's something I've noticed about men that take from you, expect you to hold a certain standard in their life. They almost look at you like a mom. What's the word? We were talking about it the other day. Man-child, that's it. Let's talk about that. How do you spot, if you want to give 5 tips to spot a man-child, first of all, what is a man-child? Who is a man-child? And what are 5 ways that you can spot a man-child and perhaps prevent yourself from marrying one and making a decision that probably breaks you later on?
A man-child is a man that hasn't grown apart from his mom. A man-child is a man that is attached to his roots, his family. He can't stand up for himself. A man-child is a man that hasn't grown out of his adolescent stage. So all he thinks about is transactional relationships. He chases, he does the right things. He can give you flowers, he can love bomb you, take you out, take you on trips, you travel, you do everything with him. However, he's never going to commit to you. He can marry you, but he will confuse you so much. There will always be conflict, there will be quarrels, he would never be there for you. He doesn't see you like a human being, he sees you like an object. And he runs. He will ghost you at different times, even in the marriage. He just disappears. He doesn't want to be involved. He doesn't want to deal with your emotions. He doesn't want to deal with difficult situations. He doesn't communicate. It's all about him. So he's looking for a mom, actually. He's not looking for a wife. So we need to be very careful when picking a spouse. And we say man-child, it could also be a woman as well that didn't grow out of that stage.
Yeah.
Overly attached to the family, as in exactly the opposite, but in a feminine, in a woman dynamic or a feminine dynamic. So we need to be very careful when selecting a future partner.
Yeah.
And there's so many damaged human beings out there, wounded due to different things from childhood to relationships. Different things hurt us at different points in time in our lives. And we don't lead from our hearts. So when you're wounded, you want to wound the next person. And that's when they say hurt people, hurt people.
Yeah.
You want to hurt the next person because you're like, so it was done to me. I'm never going to love again. I'm going to block my heart. I'm going to cage myself. But that doesn't solve any problem.
Yeah.
That means we're living in a realm where we're walking out of spirituality. Spirituality is love. And God is love. So if God is love, everything we do must come from the heart.
Yeah.
We're all in our heads, overthinking everything, how I'm going to do this. So even before you talk to someone, you've already pre-planned and acted everything out in your head. You're not in the present that, I'm going to see Edidiong today and let's see how it goes. We're going to have fun. But before you say Edidiong, because you know where you're going at the end of it all, you've planned this, planned that, everything is well recorded in your brain. You're lying actually, because most of the things you're saying, you don't actually mean.
Yeah.
So that's part of the major reasons why a lot of people become confused. And once you're in a relationship where a third party has to always come in to solve your issues, or you're always quarreling, or you have to tell somebody that this is happening or that is happening, then there's a fundamental issue. I don't think you should go ahead. Yeah. You shouldn't. And I also would advise that before marriage, everybody should have some form of therapy. Go inwards to know who exactly you are, because most times you don't even know who we are. We just know that we've gotten to the stage where, according to culture, tradition, and life, it says that you go to school, you start work, you marry, you have kids, and that's it. So we need to be very careful not to get trapped in that, because when you meet a guy or you meet a woman, there's something that attracts you to them. Why suddenly do we drop those beautiful moments and start behaving like mommy, daddy, forgetting that we're human beings before that role of being a husband or wife? As a human being, first of all, how am I operating? How am I treating my spouse? How am I treating my boyfriend? How am I treating my girlfriend? Those things must never die.
Yeah. I think treatment. I like that you talked about treatment, because most times we just go into relationships, or we go into, whether it's friendships or relationships, we already have a preset way that we behave. We're not able to come into community with people and say, this is who you are, this is who I am, can it work, can it? And that's something that allows us to ignore a lot of red flags. And I think something that's very psychological that we don't even notice that is happening sometimes is that the people that we enter relationships with bully us in some sort of way. They try to, and this is all related. This is all related because what I started with saying is everybody wants to run and go get married, but what are the things that we're doing? How do you know when you've entered a relationship with someone and it's like, I'm not my best self, but it's okay, I can manage. You don't know that that person is either pressuring you or trying to push you into a box or something.
Okay, so what I'll say about that is, we're going to go back to the man-child or the feminine
what do you call
man,
it
female child. Yeah, let's call it female child for the lack of a better word to use right now. When you're in that type of relationship, bullying will definitely come in because you don't know how to communicate. You're not mature. And because you don't know how to communicate, you're going to want to control and manipulate.
Yeah.
You want to control the dynamics of the relationship. You want to be a man and not a lover.
Yeah.
You want to control how the person thinks. So bullying comes in different forms. Psychological abuse,
Yeah.
emotional abuse, getting others to bully you. It could be your mom, the man's mom or the woman's mom, bullying the spouse or the person in the relationship. It could be the siblings bullying the person in the relationship. It could be friends. They could use friends to bully you in the relationship.
Yeah.
So bullying comes in different forms. It's not just children that are bullied. You're bullied to silence.
Yeah.
So, the times that you're in a relationship and you cannot communicate anymore.
Yeah.
They've bullied you to a point where you're traumatized and you've gone mute. And this also shows up sometimes when you're at work. You've been bullied so much to a point where somebody says something and it reminds you of an experience that you went through in a relationship, marriage, or childhood.
It all ties together.
And then you just start wearing your 7-year-old cap.
Yeah.
And you become mute. So
Yeah.
anytime you're in that gathering,
Yeah.
you cannot function in your element. You're not confident, your self-esteem drops, and forever in that particular room, you won't be able to stand up as a confident person.
Yeah.
And somebody else will meet you and tell others that, wow, that guy is so charming, he's so confident, he knows, he's so brilliant, intelligent, smart, or that lady is so brilliant, intelligent, smart, and they're like, are you sure? She doesn't talk, she's just mute, she doesn't add any value. And when you ask her questions or ask him questions, always stuttering, always trying to find the right words, the room you find yourself, the environment you find yourself can determine or shape the way you appear at different times.
Yeah.
So we can step into any timeline and step out of it based on the people we interact with.
Yeah.
So if you interact with the right circle, people that think like you are thriving.
Yeah.
And if you're in the wrong circle, you're dimming.
Yeah.
So bullying comes in different forms, even with friends. And once the bullying starts, envy, we have to be very careful. Anyone that puts you on a pedestal, always saying you look beautiful, your dress is fine, there's going to be an element of bullying at some point. Because the person will become envious, jealous, and want to bring you down at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is why I like that you said that everybody before entering a marriage, it's a commitment that is something that you willingly go into, and I don't
make or break you.
Yeah. So you do need to go through that space of self-knowing and also healing, because like you've mentioned, a lot of people are walking around, they're damaged, they're wounded, they're not healed, and then they come together and they get married, and then all of these things start to happen in between.
And also, don't forget that marriage is a contract.
Yeah.
What's in it for me? It's not like you're being greedy or selfish. You're coming with a wealth of experience, intellectual, intuition, creativity. The man is also coming with his gifts. So you are taking my gift and I am taking your gift. So what's in it for the two of us?
Yeah.
Because you see, there's no guarantee that a marriage would work. There's no guarantee, especially if you marry wrong. So at the end of the day, you've invested everything, your life, you've invested your time, your energy, everything about you has been put into that marriage.
Yeah.
So you need to be sure that if it doesn't work, I'm not starting from the scratch.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's not one-sided. So that's why our show, our talk, is not about men or women. It's both ways. Sometimes the men go with nothing. Sometimes the women go with nothing. But what's very important that I believe is your self-love, your self-esteem, your self-concept must always be intact.
Yeah.
You must be able to pick yourself up. A lot of people leave marriages and it seems like the whole world collapses and they can't pick up themselves.
There's nowhere to start from.
It's like they didn't have a life before the marriage, and after the marriage, there's no life again. I think what's very important is an assessment of who you were before the marriage.
Yep.
What did the marriage make of you or turn you into? And what you planned for yourself as a child, how you wanted to see yourself. If you got to a certain stage, maybe your parents nurtured you, sent you to school, you started work and you met someone. I believe from that moment you start work. If your man says don't work, then you must still elevate.
Yep.
You're not meant to be stunted because you're not working.
Yeah.
No. You're not meant to go get into a quicksand because you're not working. You're not meant to dim your light because you're not working. You're meant to still glow, look beautiful, dress well, appear properly, and have a voice.
Yeah.
So these things are very, 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 very critical. These things are extremely critical. We need to be very, very sure of what we're getting ourselves into. And a lot of us don't know.
Marriage is not just a trend. It's not just everybody is doing different parties. There's so many steps. There's so many things to think
Another
about.
major thing that I feel every human being should have is do their inner work.
Yeah. I think they call it shadow work. Is that shadow work? Is it the same thing?
It's shadow work is identifying your dark parts, the dark side of you.
Okay.
Your anger, how, all those inner, deep, dark areas. Because we can't all be love and light.
Yeah.
We have our dark sides.
Yeah.
But how do you manage the dark sides?
Yeah.
How does it show up?
Yeah.
And we all mature over time. At some point, maybe you believe that if I shout, I'll get my way, the person will listen because, I don't know, maybe growing up, that's what you saw. But after a while, if you go inwards, you start to learn more about yourself.
Yeah.
You start to know who you are. You start to heal some very deep wounds that you probably didn't know you had buried. Because your mom shutting you up is a trap. That means you'll always be scared to express yourself properly. Yeah. Whether in a gathering or if people shut you up somewhere, you're not confident enough to stand up for yourself. Or self-love, self-knowing would always make you come back into your body to say, you know what? This is who I am.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
I'm a human being before anything else.
Yeah.
And my wealth, my abundance, and my worthiness has always been placed in me before I met this human being.
Yeah.
So a lot of men are drowning, a lot of women are drowning, and they don't know how to come out of it. Yeah. No one can bring you out of it. There's nothing I say to you that will make you pick yourself up. Yeah. Unless you're ready to pick yourself up. And that has a lot to do with self-love. Don't get me wrong, you'll be broken. There are times that you know that you're worthy, and the situation doesn't define you, but it might take you time to pick yourself up, because you're going to beat yourself real hard for falling into that trap.
That's why it's important to even identify where you can fall into that trap, and to know how to prevent these things, the kind of love you need to show yourself, to realize when you're in a place that love is not being nourished, it's not being, that's not where it is that you should be. Marriage is not something that you should rush into.
And also, don't blame your parents. They did the best they could. Everything about an individual comes from within. They've done what they can do. Everybody should go within, go in, and find out who exactly you are, and how you want to show up in the world, and what legacy do you want to leave. You might want to live it with your spouse, but if your spouse is not on the same level with you, well, there's nothing you can do about it. It doesn't stunt you or stop you from moving forward.
I think there's a lot to think about. There's a lot for people to watch and to see what it is that you think. So we want you to ask us questions on marriage, on what kind of spouse you should look out for.
Yeah, because marriage is a very wide topic, and there's so much to talk about.
So much.
There's so, as in beautiful moments, terrible moments, but how do you walk through those times? So there's so much to talk about on the marriage edition, and it would be really nice to know what people want to know.
So send in your questions. We're going to drop the email and our social media handles under this video. So send us your questions. Let us know, what do you think about marriage? Do you have questions? How to find a good spouse? How to spot a man child, or what do we say? Is it a woman child? And just living your best life.
And also how to get out of a bad situation.
That's also in there. So send us your questions. We'll always be here to answer them, and tune in for the next video.